First-time homebuyers, listen up. Buying your first home is so exciting. Until you start Googling mortgage terms, and suddenly it feels like you're decoding the matrix. Down payments, interest rates, closing costs, PMI. Am I buying a house or am I studying for the SATs? If you've ever thought about buying a home but you got hit with a wave of confusion, don't worry. I've got you covered.
Sir, I need this.
In this video, we're breaking down what it actually means to be a first-time homebuyer, benefits that make it easier, yes, some free money might be involved,
Give it to me!
and how to go from a confused renter to actually getting the keys to your very first home. So let's get into it. So what is a first-time homebuyer? Let's clear this up. It's not just someone who's never owned before. You can also be considered a first-time homebuyer if you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, you owned a home before only as an investment, you never lived in it, or you're buying with a spouse who qualifies as a first-time homebuyer even if you don't. So if you thought you missed your chance, think again. You might still be considered a first-time homebuyer in the eyes of the mortgage underwriter. Now let's talk about the major benefits of being a first-time homebuyer. Stick around, it opens the door to many potential opportunities. Number 1, low or no down payment options. Conventional loans allow down payments of just 3%, only for first-time homebuyers. In a lot of cases, coming up with the down payment is a massive hurdle for a lot of first-time homebuyers, so this can be just the boost that you need. Caveat here, if you're buying a manufactured home, then it's 5% down. No getting around that, so keep that in mind. If you're not a first-time homebuyer, 5% is always the minimum on the conventional side. Now that doesn't seem like a benefit when you can get an FHA for 3.5% down. Yes, you're right, and these are amazing products and extremely popular for first-time homebuyers. But even with lower interest rates, these loans do have some additional costs to get access to this lower down payment product. So don't assume this is always the best product, but oftentimes it can be. And of course, for all my veterans, you've earned the right to go zero down no matter what, first-time homebuyer or not. And lastly, if you're living out in the middle of nowhere, remember the USDA loan from the Department of Agriculture. These are consistently zero down for everyone, so there's no advantage there. And number 2, potential for state-funded grants and assistance programs. Many states and cities offer down payment assistance only available to first-time homebuyers. Although be careful with these programs. They might seem shiny on the outside, but can sometimes cost some extra money when you really look into them. Some states also offer state-subsidized grants as well. These come and go, so I wouldn't time your purchase around their availability, but this can be a bonus for you if it is available. Number 3, potential for lower interest rates. Some lenders offer special first-time homebuyer programs with cheaper PMI options and reduced fees just for first-time homebuyers. And depending on your income, interest rate reductions based off the median household income in your area. They realize that the majority of first-time homebuyers are just entering the job market, and allowing for affordable interest rate options can move the needle and get them into homes at slightly lowered interest rates. And number 4, government tax credits. Although this benefit is elusive at the moment, currently, there are no government tax credits for first-time homebuyers, and even if this incentive comes back, this credit is reflected when you file your taxes, not at closing. But that's not to say that it doesn't happen. Depending on the administration and the economic outlook, these are implemented in order to incentivize first-time homebuyers into homeownership. Let me emphasize this. A good lender will lay out all of the options. The most important thing to know is that as a first-time homebuyer, there might be programs available that can help you get over the finish line. They vary often, but a good loan officer will do their research and access whatever they can to get you what you deserve.
Sounds about right.
So now that you know the benefits, let's go through the step-by-step process of actually buying a home. Step number 1, check your credit score. Yes, a higher credit score means lower interest rates, but knowing your credit is a good first step and will allow for better expectation setting upfront. VA, FHA, they both require at least a 580, and conventional loans typically need 620 or higher. If you're low, do not stop there. We have a lot of what-if simulators and repair solutions to get you where you need to be. Step number 2, figure out your budget. Right out the gate, cut your income by 60% and subtract all of your minimum monthly expenses to land on an approximate range for your monthly payment tolerance. If your income is wonky or your liabilities are inconsistent, it's my job to bridge the gap in knowledge. This just gives you an idea of what your budget should be. If that's confusing enough, I'm with you.
My nose is bleeding.
Do I count this? Do I subtract that? Don't stress. This leads me to the next step of the process. Step number 3, get pre-approved with an application. A pre-approval is one of the most important consultations you'll have. We'll look at your income, budget, savings, credit, all the things. It takes the guesswork out of it entirely. And these days, there's no reason not to do this. It used to require a hard inquiry on your credit. Nowadays, it's harmless and doesn't cost a thing. No dings, no spam, nothing. All right, so if you made it this far, you're on your way to a pre-approval. This is your ticket to shop. It shows the sellers you're serious and is exactly where the fun begins. If you're ready, this is where we start getting an agent advisor involved. Which brings us to step number 4, find a great real estate agent. A good agent can make the process much smoother. Less stress, better deals. And bonus points if you really like them because you'll be spending a lot of time together. Once we come up with a strategy together, time for step 5, house hunt and make an offer. This is the fun part. Get out there and tour some homes. The first time is special, but remember, you don't have to fall in love with the first home you see. Take some time, visualize yourself within the walls and in that neighborhood. Enjoy this part, it really is quite fun. When you found the spot, you're now ready to make an offer. We'll work together with your agent and we'll strategize the best way to make the offer enticing to the sellers, while keeping your budget in mind. Everything from here on out is all about getting your loan approved. Home inspections, appraisals, processing, underwriting, escrow, title, blah, blah, blah. I've got another video that dives into the brass tacks of this process, but let's keep it simple for today. One thing to mention, in hot markets, you might hear it's common to waive inspections. I would 100% recommend against this. This can be very costly, especially for first-time homebuyers, if something is covered up and you don't realize it until after you move in. Do your due diligence and make this a priority. Your future self will thank you. And at last, closing day. Get the keys. Sign a ridiculous amount of paperwork, take a deep breath, do a happy dance, and walk into your new home like you own the place. Because you do. And just like that, you're no longer a first-time home buyer, you're a homeowner. Tell me in the comments, what's your biggest fear about buying a home? Or if you've already bought, what do you wish you knew before? If this video saved you from home buying confusion, hit that like button, subscribe, and check out my other videos for more mortgage tips and home buying hacks. And remember, I'd love to be on this journey with you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I love what I do, especially for first-time home buyers. And that's a wrap. I'll see you on the next video.